Hi.
Everybody, it's Trey from NintenDomain, and it's that time again. It's time for me to make a video with all of my top 10 games of 2022, and I'm gonna play it right now for you. You can see I got my list just because Nintendo made the folders. We got them here, so let's do it and let's go. First off, I have to mention that there are some games that I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to. As like most years, this year had a ton of games, and I can only play so many at a certain amount of time, and there are a lot of them that I really liked, but they did not make the list. So all of these that I'm showing here are pretty much the honorable mentions list. So these are the ones that I liked but did not quite make it to the top 10, and actually a lot of these are ports as well, which I made a separate list of my favorite ports, which you can find at Super GG Radio. And I try to keep it original and new games for each of my top 10 lists. So I kept it into the ones that I liked the most and the ones that I played the most. So let's get going now. Coming in at number 10 is Shin-chan, Me and the Professor on Summer Vacation, The Endless 7-Day Journey. This game is a combination of Shin-chan and Boku no Natsuyasumi. Though not as realistic as Boku, Shin-chan still has a lot of the charm, and you get to take on the role of a 5-year-old who still gets to catch bugs, fish, play beetle battle, dinosaur, rock, paper, scissors, and so much else. It has the chillness of a child on summer break in rural Japan with the progression of a sim, more like Animal Crossing. The world is gorgeously hand-drawn, and the dialogue is fantastic. If you're looking for a solid, cozy game for 2022, this one is a high recommend. Or if you just want to play a beautiful, relaxing, silly, low-risk game with a time paradox and dinosaurs. Either way, it's worth your time. I place it at number 10 for being truly unique experience, unlike anything else on the Nintendo Switch. Check it out.
ブリブリーブリブリーこうして始まっ頑張れしんのすけ無事よしこお姉さんとデートできるその日まで
Coming in at number 9 is Easy Come Easy Golf. It's mind-blowing how many ways Easy Come Easy Golf outdoes Nintendo's own Mario Golf Super Rush. This one has much more unlockable outfits, modes, unlockable characters, and control options, just to name a few. The game plays incredibly well, and I really enjoyed the idea of building a team to go golfing with. The way each character has unique, negative, and positive attributes really gives this game the RPG feeling, aside from the level grinding, of course. If you, like me, are getting tired of Nintendo's Mario Golf Super Rush, check out Easy Come Easy Golf. It has a lot of really interesting, quirky characters and gameplay, and it's really easy to play. I've already put 30 hours into it and I haven't even beaten it yet. It's excellent. It's only like $20. Check it out. Definitely if you like golf. It's arguably the best golf game currently on Nintendo Switch.
That's it! No way! Someone's got talent!
Coming in at number 8 is Tinykin. Tinykin was truly a joy to play, due to the way that the game cleverly combines so many mechanics into one wonderful design. You have Pikmin-style collecting of the Tinykin, small creatures living in a big world, mechanics like Chibi Robo, and 3D platforming as well. The story was incredibly intriguing and kept me glued to the controller for its 10-hour playtime. The characters were very charming and the level design was great, and I enjoyed all of the 90s jokes. Like there's even a part where you could bring Rose the door from Jack in Titanic. It's stuff like this that make the game very charming to play and a lot of fun. Also, all of the Pikmin, the Tinykin, do different things as you collect them, and there's not really any battling in the game whatsoever. It's just all about getting to different parts. So it's very peaceful and it's a joy to get through. So if you like 3D platforming, Pikmin, or Chibi Robo, I say give this game a try. It's a lot of fun. Check it out on Nintendo Switch. Coming in at number 7 is Dragon Quest Treasures. Dragon Quest Treasures is a unique entry from the Dragon Quest series that was a ton of fun to play through. What may sound like a boring list of objectives basically asking you to track down hundreds of Dragon Quest memorabilia ends up being a fun, lighthearted romp. I found a lot of enjoyment in recruiting different monsters into your party, searching for the 7 sacred dragon stones, and building your base. Use a treasure hunting compass of sorts to help you locate the treasure, and once you get close, you can look through the treasure vision of your monster companions. The game loop of heading out, searching for treasure, and defending it against impending gangs really became addictive. You use your catapult to heal your monsters as they fight for you and carry your treasures. They can drop the treasure as well if they faint, so look out! Each of the monsters have their own unique ability as well, be it helping you jump higher, glide farther, run faster, or even going underground to sneak around. The characters and monsters are very charming, and it really makes you want to stick around and finish all of the side quests. I was sad when the credits rolled, but thankfully the story continues with post-game content. Almost 400 treasures left to get. If you have any love for the Dragon Quest series or are looking for a charming action RPG to sink your talents into, give this one a look. Speeding in at number 6 is Sonic Frontiers. Oh man, I can't believe that a game that got such divisive reviews ended up on my top 10 list, and a Sonic game at that. Sonic Frontiers ended up being the first Sonic game that I've given a shit about in a very, very long time. I loved running around at the speed of sound in the different zones and completing the odd mysteries to unlock 100% of each part of the map. The combat is great too. I felt like the cyberspace levels also did a great job bringing the classic Sonic gameplay into the open zone design. The bosses were so much fun as well, not to mention the soundtrack. I was so impressed that every single level and boss in this game has a different unique song. It should get 6 plays for that alone, and those boss themes were total bangers. There's even an Ikaruga part and a Tetris part. This game stays fresh with all of these different unique missions that you conquer on your quest to save your friends from cyberspace.
What is your end goal?
It varies. Sometimes it's a spinning sign, sometimes it's a big old ring.
No, I mean, what do you want to accomplish?
Gather up the Chaos Emeralds and save my friends.
It's a great start to what hopefully will be a long line of Frontier sequels. If you ever had any love for the Blue Hedgehog, I could suggest giving this a run. Go for it now. Don't be slow. Coming in at number 5 with a shotgun shell is Tunic. Tunic really had a way of bringing you back to how you felt playing your original NES in a way that didn't rely on, remember this, nostalgia. It takes inspiration from Zelda as a starting point and just runs wild with it, and in the end you have something that comes out truly unique and original. This game does a great job recreating the joy of looking at a game manual and not understanding all of it until you get to that part in the game. The mechanic of finding pages with unknown text on them really brought back the mystery, magic, and pure joy of playing video games. The game may look cute on the outside, but it's dark as hell on the inside. Expect to die over and over and over again until you memorize the patterns and get to that victory that feels all the more satisfying because of all the skills that you've gained. Play this game if you have any interest in video games at all. Appearing at number 4 is Pokemon Violet or Scarlet. Oh, Pokemon Violet, you beautiful, bold, experimental beast you. Amid all of the bugs, Pokemon Violet does so much good. Quite possibly the most engaging story that I have ever played, where you have 3 separate quest lines instead of the regular old beat all the gyms standard we've had for so many of the other entries. The storylines play out so well now that you can truly go anywhere and do anything. You even get to fight a car that is powered by a Pokemon engine. The new starters are very unique as well with their own theatrical influence. I completely threw caution to the wind and set out on my own path with no direction aside from map points and truly had a blast with this game. The characters were very well designed and feel fully developed. It may not be the best looking or running game on the system, but it is a joy to play for any Pokemon fan, and it will have you on the edge of your seat until you are forced to listen to that Ed Sheeran song at the end. Pokemon Violet hits hard with the story and it is totally worth your time. Check it out. Don't let this rare Pokemon entry get away from you. Splatting in at number 3 is Splatoon 3. At first glance, Splatoon 3 may look like not much has changed since Splatoon 2, but it's the little things that are important. Now instead of staring at a static screen while you're waiting to get in a match, you can move around a big room in Turf War and in Salmon Run. Salmon Run happens all the time now. There are tricolor battles for the Splatfests. Yes, they are real. There are events for the Salmon Run mode. They even have a card game now, and there's a Kohuzuna that shows up that you can fight in Salmon Run as well. Splatoon 3 is fully packed with so much to offer, and you know there will be more down the line. Plus we have a bunch of new weapons, and a wonderful single-player mode to play through. Splatoon 3 is a game you will be playing all the way until the end of the Switch's life cycle. It's that fun. If you care at all about Squidlings and Octolings, you'll give this game a splat. What's that? A rare second Pokemon appears at number 2? Can you believe that we lived in a world where we got 2 Pokemon games in 1 year? So why is Arceus higher than Violet, you ask? Well, Arceus did what we had been waiting for so long and changed the Pokemon game mechanics. Now you can catch monsters without fighting. The Pokemon attack you now. Filling up the Pokedex is much more complex now. There are Alpha Pokemon. You can choose when to evolve your Pokemon. You can edit the list, the move list, at any time. This game was exactly what we needed to make Pokemon fresh again. The battles became harder, and you can get killed now. It really felt like a new world and not one that had been done over and over and over again for 10 plus generations. Also, it runs much better than Violet, and you can change your effing outfit. Just the sheer amount of Pokemon you could catch in each run became a very addictive gameplay loop for me, to the point that I got my stars up way before I did any of the story stuff. Building up your Pokemon has never been more of a delight. You owe it to yourself, and especially if you are tired of Pokemon, to give this game a shot.
Alright then, lads and lasses. Who wants to know how babies are made?
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the all-reigning champ this game owns. The Xenoblade Chronicles series has always been experimental, and I have enjoyed them for the most part, but there was something different about this one. This game is firing on all cylinders. They found a way for you to care about the main characters and the side characters. The side missions have become just as, if not more important than the main missions. Recruiting characters as classes was probably the most genius thing I have ever seen in any RPG for a long time. It is a great way to have a large cast, but not have to worry about grinding all of the characters equally and separately. I found myself incredibly invested in each new clan and class as they became available. Like, look at this character right here, my personal favorite.
Well, the only way I know how. Am I right, you dads?
Yeah! I've got a bad feeling about this.
The story is amazing as well. We have a Blade Runner style story about soldiers made to kill each other to feed mechs, and you have the job of releasing their souls through flute playing. There are chapters in this game that will give your heart a kick in the nuts. The characters quickly become your best friends, and I didn't finish this because I never wanted to leave the world. Also, Monolith really created a beautiful world with beautiful vistas. If you like hard sci-fi, fantasy, role-playing Blade Runner, and an incredible battle system, you should definitely check this out. It has more meat than Lance would ever want.
babies. You guys got any babies?
That's my top 10 best games of 2022 right there for you to look at on the video. If you want to hear the top 10s from the other people from NintenDomain, listen to the podcast. Go to whatever podcast app you have and look up NintenDomain, and you can find our whole list, and you can even hear our collective list where we put them all together and decide what is the number one game. Check that out, and thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.